Yeah, so now you Josh the old guy here. So we're going to be talking today about what I call there's a hole in the bucket. Here lies a hole. There's a hole in the bucket. Here lies a hole. Yes, this is physics, quantum mechanics, time travel, and everything that drives people insane, all rolled into one explanation. But it is the explanation of why this actually works as a functional rhyme and as a functional reason to function things. The concept behind the hole in the bucket realized is there was an effect of causation before the hole. Well, there's a hole in the bucket. Henry finds out. Henry tells Liza is just, and then Henry goes to do something and accepts something back. Now we got a problem with this thing. And so we go through all these problems. That's the inverse butterfly effect of what you're looking at. The trick is not to do that. And not to break things. But anyway, so the concept here is that you take the entire butterfly and then getting this in the analogy is easier to do. So what I'm going to do here is really use a concept of function with a couple of assumptions and a few things that are maybe plausible, maybe not. But this is video. This is, and I've almost got it. Doesn't matter whether it's smart yard or not smart yard. Unless you happen to believe in absolutely everything I say and believe in whatever else, then I'm probably okay doing an explanation. No, don't worry. Just a minute, I gotta check with you. We're good. So anyways, we're going to assume that E.T. here has time travel. And therefore we're friends with E.T. At least I am. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a band that's in this coffee shop that I'm in. I've been here before. Anyways, and we're going to suggest that he could have a different life with a concept of function that is so small and infinite in his life previous to these events. It doesn't actually even concern his actual life. What it is modifying his birth time. Birth time is actually what's sort of the easiest way to modify an entire system of events in a nearly uncontrollable random pattern without causing chaos theory to affect.
Don't worry about that. No, there's.
Happy play with chaos theory, children. Today. No. Everybody back to the basement.
Anyways, if I did have crazy children, that would be exactly what I was saying. But the problem with chaos theory is when you start messing around with time travel, butterfly effect, and unforeseen events, you have to see a purpose of 100% randomization that's plausible as a function. You have to be able to assume that the outcome will work no matter what you did, as long as you did it with a reason and an intention, and no assumptions. The reason and intention of doing something for the purpose of making something a whole lot better as a system. The system you have, though, is also an analogy. This is a different explanation, but it's called dot inside a ball inside a ball. I'm a dot. I live on a ball. There. That Earth ball lives in the universe. Dot inside a ball inside a ball. So the concept here is that we're going to take the entirety of what I'm going to do here, and it has to affect everything in a much more beneficial method than anything could have before. From the dot inside the ball to things outside the big ball, the universe. No small task, eh? You're going to be pretty good at that. I'm pretty good at so what you ended up with here is, I have a YouTube channel. I'm going to continue recording the episodes. That's not good. No. I just don't have it. At all. So anyhow, you need to be able to assume and expect that E.T. here, that, is just providing all this great time travel, all willy-nilly, obviously want something like this. They may not necessarily exist within the universe. There are plausibilities and postulations that suggest there's life that exists outside of our universe, multiple universes. My personal favorite is the stacked Earth theory. It's a really neat one where everybody has a 10 of cards. 10 of diamonds. So it's 3 effects all. But we're going to go back to the hole in the bucket. So the idea is we already have a problem, or we have a situation where we have issue that's big enough to affect globally or otherwise significantly within lifetime spans periods of things from a dot to a side evolved that evolved to outside that ball. And they've gone, man, let me fix this. Get me out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anyways, we're going to say, for example, that this old gentleman that was sitting in this coffee shop, that isn't sitting now, so he won't be bothered about this. I don't even know what it is going to be affected about 20 minutes from his birth time. Simple way to do this. There's the doctor introduced birth, time travel stuff checks into this. Yeah, they did introduce birth. Okay, doctor decides that when to introduce birth, doctor smokes. It was the 1940s somethings. You look at it. Yep, there you go, plausible. So, I do this. I modify it by taking away the doctor's smoke break. No, I modify it by having his wife make him quit smoking. Or start smoking. But this one is quit. And I do this with a functional argument because his wife has left him. Other things I found out. So there's a little bit of it's a little bit of the assumption is that we have all this knowledge and information and detail going back through this man's life. It's not necessarily relevant to the storyline of this video as it is to the storyline of the function. And that's what I'm doing. So with the storyline of the function of that we know that the doctor had been a smoker, had been divorced, was inducing labor, and would effectively be able to control the birth time. By about 20 minutes if you wanted to. Easily. Just by either having a smoke or not having a smoke. So I drove it down from that point and I looked at things that would have affected man's divorce and found it cutting down to a button on a coat or a shirt pocket of some sort, of it being the wrong color. As it is a green instead of a brown. And his wife saw it on the The unknown, unforeseen effect of that is the change made. The only question now is, did we already make the change? Have we changed the button from she purchased the wrong color button, or only had the wrong color button, to the color button that was needed? I'm going to use this to affect an entire universe. That's the one thing I need to know, is that we've done that change once already. Because I spent, let's see how far into this, I still have 35 seconds into this. I'm running out of time to tell you. But anyway, so we need to know. After that, we're going to say the answer is yes, we did do the change. We're going to now look at the entire thing, and I'm going to pause the video, and we're back. So yeah, they went ahead and did all the work on the change, you know, the easy button change, while I was yapping away for almost 8 minutes on the video. The effect of the change so far, as I know, is that the man that was sitting at the table, that I did sort of speculate of something with nefariousness. I'm still kind of aware of it, but at the same time, he's not sitting here anymore. Wow. So with changing the birth time, that'll be the next video because I'm running out of time on this one. YouTube hates going over 10 minutes. So I will be back with part 1 of 1, because this is going to be part 1 of There's a Hole in the Bucket, Realize It, explaining how that theory works and what is necessary to do time travel properly. I'm Josh Solomon's guy, and we'll talk to you soon.